You can change the incoming and outgoing animations separately. Conveniently, they have the same controls, so this applies to both. Change direction. Lines can move on X and Y axis. Notice when I change to the X axis, the label changes to left and right. And when I change to Y, then it changes to top and bottom. Move the slider to the right, left, and middle. Line speed. So I'm going to start with 1 second. All the lines are moving in 1 second, which is boring. Instead, I'm going to use between 0.3 and 1 second. It's a range between two numbers, and it's no longer boring. Set this back to 1 second, so it's boring again. And let's change the delay between 0 and 1 second. Now, each line starts at a different time, with and without extra letters. Right now, none of the lines will extend. All of the lines will extend between 0 and 10 letters, or whatever you put in here. With and without the switch, you need to have at least 2 letters here to work. Again, set the amount and the duration for the switch segment. It's the animation that happens here between in and out. 2 types, switch and opacity. Again, we have the direction, control the switch amount, set the speed to 5 seconds, so the segments move slow, the off segment to 3 seconds, and the on to 0.2 seconds. Let's make the switch segment longer, 1 second. Basically, the longer the duration, the longer the segments. Set here the opacity amount. Now I'm going to jump to the speed and set it to 5 seconds. The off segment to 0.3 seconds and the on segment to 0.6 seconds. Let's make them equal. Again, the longer the duration, the longer the segments. Here is the opacity value for the off segment. And right now it's set to 0. This is why there is a gap here. And this is the opacity for the on segment. The last setting changes the edge smoothness. Right now it's a hard edge because the value is 0. But if you change the back edge to 0.5, now the edge fades out. Also works for the start edge. The switch rate controls how fast the letters change. This is applied globally. Control the spacing between letters. Add random spacing, but you need to have some spacing set here in order to work. Size by luminance. This is using the image dark and light values to scale the image. Here you can set the scaling amount. It works both ways. To the right works best with a dark background and to the left with a lighter one. You can set a random opacity for each letter. Control the background size by changing the composition size, and the letter size by changing the font size. The background is using almost the same settings we previously covered. You can change the direction, you can change the speed of the lines. This is how fast the lines are moving, the duration, how long the lines are, and the delay, so you can have lines with a different start time. The switch rate, how fast the letters are changing, and the opacity, which will give you this nice fade out. If you have any questions, leave a comment or send me an email. Thank you.